Time now for the Friend Zone, when we round up the coolest people here at Fox News. They're all cool, but we have some of the coolest on this show and invite them on. And tonight we're joined by really one of the coolest, Kimberly Guilfoyle, co-host, of course, of The Five. And I got a story for you, KG, that I want your reaction to. So a Muslim student at the University of Michigan claimed recently that a man threatened to light her on fire, to immolate her after Trump won, and it turns out it was a hoax. Now, what's interesting about this story is that it seems so familiar. I feel like I've seen this movie before, maybe several hundred times.
Yeah,
what's going on here?
That's the problem. I mean, it seems to be like the thing to do when people are bored or run out of friends on Snapchat or Instagram. They're like, hey, let's get my hoax on. And it's just really incredibly damaging, and it really does cause a problem. You know, as a former prosecutor, when you see people make these false criminal allegations of such a serious nature, it really undermines the true victims that are out there that crimes happen to. It wastes valuable resources for the police department and investigators to try to go over these things. And it's sad. It's really just been a product of the mainstream media, the liberal left trying to demonize this election, demonize the president-elect and any of his followers that were called by the other candidate, Hillary Clinton, deplorables and irredeemable. So very disturbing every time you hear one of these stories and you think, wait, is this the last one I just heard? And then there's another one on the heels of it.
Well, people get a lot out of being victims, but the downside is that it just makes everyone hate each other, and it increases the level of fear and distrust and disunity in the country in a pretty dramatic way. I mean, that's a real sin to do something like that.
I could not agree more. It is really the height of dishonesty, and really just in terms of pushing forward an agenda of hate and fear and really pulling apart the unity that we're trying to come together, you know, as a country. I mean, these people are committing acts essentially against everybody else by pretending to be victims, drawing attention to themselves, and creating an atmosphere of fear and hysteria that is quite damaging, you know, to public safety as well.
So this is a small point, but I totally forgot it. So the Trumps are moving to town. There's this question, what is his wife going to do? She's, of course, the First Lady of the United States now. What's her role? You were a First Lady. I completely, of all the many things you've done in your life. Let me just interject really quickly. Kimberly Guilfoyle is one of the people here at Fox who has, as we say, lived a life outside television. She's done a lot. But you were First Lady.
Yes, I started back way in the day. I'm working out, you know, in politics and doing campaigns like governor and mayor and city council and all those good things in district attorney's office. And I was able to meet, who you see there, Gavin Newsom, and that's us on election day going to vote together. And the other picture was with his father, Judge Newsom, who was getting sworn in. There we are with Sharon Stone, one of the Hollywood elite, at one of the functions, events that we hosted. So it was a very interesting, you know, time. I was really happy to serve the city and county of San Francisco as both First Lady and also as head of the trial division for the San Francisco District Attorney's Office. That's election night right there. So very interesting. They called it Camelot of San Francisco.
Yeah, I always felt you were kind of the brains behind the operation. Just my view. Have to confirm that or not.
He wouldn't dispute that. He, you know, he's very generous in his praise and opinion of me. So, and he's now, you know, lieutenant governor, and he's running for governor of California.
Interesting.
And that's when we had the royals there, and I do my Kimberly's Royals segment on Fox. But yes, with Prince Charles and Camilla, that was their first official visit to the United States, and they selected 3 cities, and we were lucky enough to host them in San Francisco for a number of days. We had a wonderful time, and Prince Charles is so fabulous and very generous. He used to give me his extra desserts all the time because he didn't finish them. I said, are you going to finish that? I'll take a bite.
So did you have a program? Were you for literacy or gardening or no? You were busy being a prosecutor, I guess.
Yeah, he likes all the whole like subsistence farming and organic and growing. It's interesting you say that. But yeah, I was working as a prosecutor. Then I took a leave of absence because they said that's too much power on one mattress if it's DA and the mayor. So the thing was, what happened was we ended up having special programs for me to be a part of, which was I worked with children's cancer groups, which is really important to me at the various hospitals in San Francisco, like UCSF, and it was a really rewarding experience, yes, in education and outreach to disenfranchised youth and at-risk juvenile offenders as well.
Man, I wish you'd been mayor. That city could use you badly. Kimberly Guilfoyle, one of our favorites. Thanks a lot, Kimberly.
All right. Thank you, Tucker.